The things that we have to do to feel alive after like I think after the age of like 27, just things go downhill.
One of
Like,
my friends, she called it the like second puberty. Like you
yes.
go through puberty again,
Mm-hmm.
and your body just changes as a woman. Like things just don't hit the same. What I will say is I have filled out in all the places. Like the body is T. I got my grown woman
Mm-hmm.
body, and I'm not complaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
complaining at all. But the aches, the pains, the chronic illness, I just be like, I would like to be a kid again.
I would like to just feel like I can run around on a playground, twist my swing around and then just let it go and fly.
The thought of that makes
Hmm.
me motion sickness. I be like, oh, I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
much,
I'm gonna throw
yeah.
up just thinking about it.
Or
Um,
like somebody pushing you really hard and they're like, jump. And you're like, if I think about that now, I'm gonna break my ankle. It's a wrap. Like, you're gonna put me in a cast. Like,
that's
it's
it. Like
done.
y'all gonna have to call the people because I'm not gonna be okay.
Hmm.
It's not gonna be. I saw a video of a guy that was probably like our age on a swing, but he was swinging real high. You could tell he was having the time of his life. I know
Oh,
that was fun. I
oh yeah.
know it was.
I
I
saw
know he had a time.
I saw the other end of that. Somebody I know, she used to be a track. She used to run track, and I guess she went to her nephew's track meet or something, and then they had, like how sometimes they'll have like parents or friends go out there and race. Well, she thought she was like a young hot thing. Tell me why she tore her ACL.
Bro. Bro.
And it's not funny because it like really like it's funny but not funny because it like really like
Like, damn friend, are you good? You
it took,
cool?
yeah, like it took like her whole life was deterred. Like she had to have surgery. She wasn't working. Like it was a whole thing. It was so like I was like, oh
Bro.
my
I would have
gosh.
never. I love that Kenny knows that like his adults, like Indy will try because
Hmm.
she was the athlete.
Hmm.
Kenny knows the most he'll get out of me is water sports. I will swim the pool with you. I will get on the highest water
Hmm.
slide. Auntie Shelby will do all of that. But the physical running
Hmm.
and shit,
Yeah, no, no, no. You don't got a friend of me in that. Nope.
sorry, baby.
Yeah,
Auntie
so
love you. But
things be
no,
breaking down, man.
like
Hmm.
bad too.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. So I wasn't here like an elder with the massage
Mm-mm,
gun on.
that's good. I was so dead. But that's how
I
it
was gonna
be.
text you too or send you a video because I surely was in here in my
Like,
pajamas, leg up, trying to.
oh my gosh.
I sure was.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
it was. This is Shelby,
And this is Jess.
and welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. What is up, friend? Do we have any church announcements today?
No, I don't think so, to
Yeah, I
be
don't think so
honest.
either.
No, no. I think.
Um, yeah, no, I was gonna say my YouTube video will be up on Friday, but a video go up every Friday.
Yeah. Every
But
Friday,
by the
see
time
YouTube.
y'all see this,
Mm-hmm.
the video I was about to tell y'all about already gonna be up. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, no, I don't think we have anything. How was your
No,
week?
it was eventful. I will say that. Sunday, I met up with Sarah, as you know. Did I tell you? I sent you that voice note. I'm gonna
Yes.
tell the people about how we rolled up to Barnes and Nobles thinking this was a whole talk.
Oh, and it wasn't.
It wasn't. You didn't hear that voice note? She,
I don't think you
I,
said. I think okay.
I
Maybe
think you were having
my
something with your headphones, and it was just like a whole
right.
thing,
I
like the
don't think it
phone or
would
something.
something. Yeah, I think maybe I didn't hear that part. I know you said it wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I
Mm-hmm.
maybe got the voice notes like out of order because whatever else we were talking about, like we finished that conversation, but not about
Oh.
Sarah. So I don't even know.
Okay, we'll tell you live. So,
Okay.
so this is what happened. So Sarah took the train up from San Diego, and then she took, I think, a bus or whatever from the train station over and whatnot. So she got there a little bit earlier than me. So I'm walking up. First of all, it was at the Grove. If you know, the Grove is like one of the most popular spots in LA. You'll see a celebrity or two, da da da. They always have pop-ups all the time.
Okay.
So as I'm walking up, there's a whole Sol de Janeiro pop-up happening. Yeah, like the line was wrapped around the corner. So there was that. And then there was
Okay.
another slime, I don't know, this big slime brand for the babies. They had a pop-up in the mix of that as well.
Sidebar. I saw a video of a woman trying to get slime out of her baby's hair. And I said, that is
Oh,
all the birth control I need. You don't have to say nothing else to me.
nope.
What?
Yes,
And
they
the
had,
baby, she was
yeah,
crying. I was
yeah.
like, nah.
And pulling, yeah, no, that sounds like hell. Yeah. Well, now that you say that, now I'm looking at these kids like the parents is like in line. So they had that happening. The line was wrapped around the corner of the building, going all the way down to the street, like the other side, like the main street that I was walking toward. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So I walk in and Sarah's already in line. So I go up like this Barnes and Noble is 3 stories. So I go up the escalator and I see her like, we hug, da da da. And I'm like, the line is wrapped around the second floor almost. And she's like, so it turns out this is not a top.
At least y'all got to spend time together. Cause what?
She said, this is not a talk. She said, it's literally a book signing and a picture. They're just giving us our books, and we get to stand in that line to get a
So did
picture.
y'all at least get pictures in?
Uh,
No.
The
Okay.
thing is, I didn't know about this author. I just said yes because it's books and it's Sarah. Like I
Right.
trust her
Right.
judgment. But then when she started saying it's the lady that wrote Mexican Gothic, I was like, oh, I'm familiar
Oh,
with
okay.
who the author is, but I just didn't know too much about them and I haven't read Mexican Gothic yet.
Me either.
So I just bought the ticket and was just like, whatever, I'll pull up. Um, so I was like, do you like if you want to, because this is somebody that you want to see.
Right. The book is what? The Bewitching, right?
Yes, this one.
Cause I got that yeah, cause it was
Mm-hmm.
on the Libro list. So I have the
Yeah.
audiobook. I just didn't get I haven't read Mexican Gothic either. Um
Do I have did I take the Bewitching? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't get the audiobook
if
for
you still
that.
have the opportunity to
I'll probably
go
go
and look,
just
because I
get
think
it.
it was in this
Mm-hmm.
month. And I know for me, my list this month wasn't there wasn't
Popping.
a lot of stuff on there that I was like, oh, I needed to have. But okay.
Yeah. So I was like, do you want to? She was like, no, I don't want to stand in that line. And I was like, me neither. So we leave and then we're like trying to decide what we're going to do. We were thinking about going to Erewhon and then we're like, okay, we'll just go. Like the Grove also has like a farmer's quote unquote market. So it's just like a marketplace with just food and like some fruit and whatever. So we go, we sit down, we eat. And then my friend Amari comes, we're chatting about books and stuff. And then Amari's like, don't you guys want to, like, she went over to the bookstore just to see if we were there first. And she's like, girl, the line is all the way on the third floor. I said, "Hmm." But she's like, you guys should go and get your book signed still. I was like, girl, I'm not standing in that line. It's okay. I'll catch it.
I'm glad the author had that kind of turnout, right? Like I'm glad that happened for her,
Yeah,
but like I'd rather somebody else that actually is a fan that actually whatever and
exactly.
catch her on the next go round because that's
Is And from what Sarah was saying, she like literally does a lot of stories here in LA. Like a lot of her stories are based in LA. So she was really surprised that it
that
was
it
an
was
actual
only
top. And
that might be sorry to cut you off, but that
you're
might
good.
be a Barnes and Noble's issue and we might have to cuss them out because I'm
Yes, it is.
finding
Yes. Yes.
I haven't been to many
Barnes and
like
Noble things.
Barnes and Noble
Mm-mm.
things. I went to the one for Nicole, my friend Nicole, when her
Mm-hmm.
memoir came out. I went to hers. That was really good. But
Mm-hmm.
like I think that was really good because of who Nicole is and like
Yes.
Nicole run a tight ship.
Yes.
Um But lately, like people were complaining about the S.A. Cosby one.
Mm-hmm.
The people were not happy. So I think it's Barnes and Nobles who we got to put a foot in their ass.
Yeah. And then like the girl in front of us was like, yeah, it was advertised as like a book, like just a photo and signing. And I was like, it's kind of misleading just a little bit because like I went back to it and I was like, okay. Maybe we just me and Sarah can't read, but it does look like legit if you
Legit.
yeah, like if you look
Okay.
at it. But then I went to go and then also another thing she was like, yeah, if they're having like a talk, it would say in conversation. I was like, well, sometimes authors don't even have a partner to speak with. So it could still be a conversation without having a partner to speak with.
Right.
So I was like, it still is kind of misleading to me personally, but I was like, whatever. So we ended up just going to the last bookstore, which I showed you, like all the Walter Mosley stuff and all the
I
other
think
stuff.
maybe that's what distracted me. I sorry, you said
Okay.
Walter Mosley, and I just was looking at
You
the
shut down.
books.
It was like a whole I gotta go back. I'm gonna go back and like take pictures of it better so you can see which ones you want. They got a whole like section, and the books are not expensive at
Right.
all. I was like, wow. Okay. So yeah, we went there and she got a couple of poetry books. I got Lot by Brian Washington. I've been
Okay.
eyeing that book for a minute. It came out years ago. And he has another book coming out in September, I think.
Does he?
Yes, I believe I
I
got it.
tried to read one of his books, and I just didn't have.
Didn't get into it.
Yeah, I think I want to try again though.
Yeah.
I think I'm a
Yeah.
little bit more well read this time around.
Mm-hmm.
And I may be able to kind of like give it a better chance than before.
Yeah, let me see. What's the book the next? A Memorial. I think I'm getting that on. No, 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 that's not it. Maybe I'm mixing him up with somebody else.
You might be.
Oh no, he does have a book coming out, Palaver. Is it
What's
out
it called?
already? Palaver?
Okay.
November 4th. It comes out.
His name is what? Brian Washington?
Yeah. I have the short stories. That's the first book I saw by him. Dang, I didn't know he was writing like that. Because I thought that one and the Palaver is the one that's gonna come out next. I thought that would be his second, but okay, I
No,
got
because I didn't read the short stories. I read whatever,
the
what is it?
more.
Memorial? Memorial is the one
Mm-hmm.
I read.
Yeah. So I got a lot. I'm gonna start from there and see how it is. But yeah, that was pretty good. And then after that, what did I do? On Tuesday I went to Adobe event. Got invited to that. It was a free event. Love free. They have free drinks, free ice cream, free what else?
Come
Free
on, free ice
food,
cream.
free bags. You know, I love a good tote. They had a tote bag with
Uh-huh.
candles and all the things. But it felt like I meant to send you that voice note too. It felt like a new age church, the way they were talking. Yeah. So we walk into the room. So the outside part, it was nice. So then we realized there was food, and then like that's where the speakers were gonna be, like the talks and stuff.
Okay.
So we go inside. It's like just basically they're talking about the new features in Photoshop and Lightroom and all that stuff. We go into the room, not the room, but like the area where they're doing like the auditorium-esque type of area. And we sit down, the seats are like super close. And then you get this blaring voice. It's the talk will start in 5 minutes, like loud. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then they have smoke like blowing like fog. Psh, just like psh. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then they blast, not like us. To this man, they announce this girl. No, first the girl comes up and she's like whisper. You know how when you go to like new age churches, those like non-denominational churches, and they're always whispering into the mic. That's how she was talking.
No, thank you.
That's how she was talking. And it was a black girl. I you could tell who was running and had oversee of the events because it was a lot of black people based on the music too. so
Okay.
so then after she's like, okay, we're gonna have our photographer evangelist.
Friend,
Now
it sounded like you
what?
went to a cult meeting on accident.
No, literally. Now
It
what
sounded
are
like
we?
you went to a cult meeting on
What
accident because what are we talking about?
what are we talking about? So
Are
then
we well?
he comes up, he's cool. He did his thing. They did all the speeches, but in between that, then they're giving away. The girl comes back. She's like, "All right, we're gonna give away Adobe Creative Cloud 1 year. Who wants 3 years free Adobe Cloud? Who wants two?" I was like, what? Yeah,
You went to a cult meeting on accident.
I did. I didn't know I was part of an Adobe cult. I didn't know that's what I was walking into.
I saw something earlier that said that religious psychosis is usually follows the trend of like financial hardship. So because we're in a
mm-hmm,
recession and like
mm-hmm.
economically things are tanking,
Yes, I
that
saw that too.
people are looking for
Mm-hmm.
things to believe in. So they are, and I'm like, that is so interesting, but it's also like very
Listen.
evident in the thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I saw that, I was like, y'all are onto something.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very weird. Um, I didn't win anything, but I got two free slices of pizza, some bags, some two drinks, whatever, and then I left. And the parking was free. So I learned a
Sound like
couple
you had a good
things
time
too.
to me.
Yeah, I learned a couple things. But other than that, reading wise, still reading The Great Man, started, what's that book called? Crap, I lost the name. Jason Mott. Let me look it up. Hold on 1 second. It comes out next week. Jason.
The author of The
I,
Great Man, her the things that she's been posting on social media in
mm-hmm.
reference to the book is making me want to read the book more. I'm trying to decide, do I
Mm-hmm.
want to read The Great Gatsby first? I'm probably not.
I was
Um,
going to say the same thing. I was going to do that. As I'm reading it, I'm like, maybe I should, but then I'm like, I'll read it after. I'll
yeah,
read
I'll
it.
probably
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
after because I just
yeah.
am not in the headspace for a classic right now, and
Mm-mm.
I've always had like deep rooted hate for The Great Gatsby, so I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
read The Great Man, and if I feel the need to, I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, yeah. I read it so long. I was telling Sarah that because when we were in the last bookstore, I saw The Great Gatsby, and I was like, man, it's been like years. Like I feel like I read it in like seventh or eighth grade, maybe ninth. I don't.
Ninth grade, probably. That sounds a
Yeah,
little bit more.
but
Um,
what I was doing when I would go to the library is they have like classic books, but for middle school, more like middle school esque, and they were thick. So I think that's what I
you
picked
read
up.
like the middle school version.
Yeah, I read
Okay.
like Moby Dick that way, or
Oh, okay.
Great Expectations. I read a couple of them.
Now, okay. Even though you probably couldn't pay me to read a Charles Dickens book in the year of our Lord 2025, right? Because
Yeah.
Charles Dickens was writing as if they were paying him by the letter, and they were.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Great Expectations is a good damn book. That's a
Yeah.
good story. Charles Dickens was right. He was doing
He was
something.
writing. No,
He
like
was writing. He got some good stories.
they had like that whole section of just like a whole bunch of, and his was there. What was the other one I read? There was a couple of them,
If I get
but
bored, I might go pick up
Great
like
Expectation.
The Great Expectations or
Mm-hmm.
another Charles Dickens because he was
He
on to
was in his
something.
bag. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
No,
was.
totally. I've started People Like Us by Jason Mott.
Oh yes, 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 yes. You put that in the group
Yes.
chat that you started that.
It's It's interesting. I'm buddy reading it with Dev from Peruse underscore pages. Um and also Storygraph. I gotta figure that out too. That was a whole other thing. I can't The Storygraph of the buddy read feature for me is not working properly. I don't know what's
I
going
saw
on.
you mention them. I saw that you did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna email them because they told me to. But anyways, the people not like
People
people
like
like
us.
us.
Is he like
It
Percival Everett adjacent?
it's giving that
Let's
vibe.
see. That's what I figured.
It's giving that
Okay.
vibe. Like but he's way more he's very, very upfront with his sarcasm and his
Okay.
wit. And
Okay.
like, like Percival Everett is like, I don't know how to explain it with Percival Everett, but you probably know what I mean. It's like kind of like on the sly. If you get it, you get it. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
because
right in your
Percival
face.
Everett is old grandpa. So like it's funny. I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to him talking about him today. I went to my local bookstore, Watch On Booksellers, if you were in North Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about Walter Mosley, and I said that Walter Mosley is like every black uncle that you can think of. Like that's how
Mm-hmm.
his vibe is. And someone said
Yeah.
that they saw Percival Everett live and that he's the same way. And that someone
Mm-hmm.
asked him like, what was his writing routine? And Percival Everett said, I'm just the kind of guy that if you call me on a Tuesday and ask me to go to the movies, I might just go to the movies with you. Sir, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about? What
Yeah.
the fuck? But in my head, I was like, I get what he means.
Yeah.
What he
Mm-hmm.
said was he just be writing sometimes. If he get the urge, he get the urge. And he
Yeah,
just be writing.
exactly.
That's what he said.
It's a
I heard it.
routine for him. Like reading for us, it's not even it's like part of our life. So like
Right.
yeah. Like
So it was
if
like when his answer in my head, I was like, that made perfect sense to
to
me.
me. Mm-hmm.
But I also as well speak in riddles. So
Yeah. No, like literally, I think Jason is more upfront with
okay.
like it's very much on the page, it's very much this. It's based loosely based on his life
Okay.
in
They
a
sent
sense.
me an arc and a finished copy of that. And I
Okay.
just haven't got to it because when they sent the arc, I hate that this is how my memory works now, but my memory is like
Mm-hmm.
before dad died, after dad died. Like
That's how it, yeah, yeah,
that's my
yeah.
time frame now. And they sent
Mm-hmm.
it like the day daddy passed was when I got the arc in the mail. Like my mom was
Yeah.
like hugging me. And then she was like, oh, this might cheer you up. You got a book. And that was the book that I
I
got.
was
So
like,
I kind of like put it down. Because I was like,
are you a
uh,
bad omen?
right? Like what? I don't know.
No
Thank
offense,
you, but I don't know.
Jason.
Right. No offense,
Yeah.
Jason. But when they sent me the final copy, I got
Mm-hmm.
that last week. I think I had it in my mind, like it's high up on my list of things. I
Mm-hmm.
think I want to like listen and read it
Mm-hmm.
because of the sarcasm. So like I want to be
Yes.
able to hear it so that I'm not missing
Mm.
anything.
You won't miss anything. I
Okay.
promise you that. It's very like even if you still want to listen to it, I think, but it's very much in your face. Like it's like,
Okay.
oh, I'm literally laughing. Like I'm literally like, oh, this is very interesting. Um, the way he says, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm journeying with it. I'm trying to figure out like where he's going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's pretty good. And then Capone, I finished that. What a time. That's all you say. What a time. What I will say, like you were, I think when you first read it, she's definitely making a multiverse of Negroes, like for real, for real.
Yeah,
Like
it's the multiverse of nigga, and it's not
it's
bad.
crazy. It's crazy to think about because it's like, wow, this is crazy. Now I gotta read Capadonna so I can find out what Kendra is up to. What is she doing out here?
There
Yeah.
is okay. I told Bridget this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I put it in a group chat. I think I told her individually. But there is the restaurant scene in Capadonna that is my favorite. That I feel
Mm-hmm.
like is a great depiction of who Capadonna is. When you get to
Mm.
that, I need like a live reaction. Like record yourself. I don't a voice note or something. Like I need a live because I was like, did
Mm-hmm.
he just
Okay, restaurant scene noted. I'm
a
gonna
restaurant
try.
scene?
Okay, I want to get through my physical books this weekend. At the very much, finish one, and then I want to start Capadonna.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm gonna go with that, and then just finish out the month. Like, oh, I have to listen to "I Am Not Sydney Portier" by Percival because our
Portier.
yeah Portier. There we go. By I think our discussion is the 5th. August 5th, one of
Okay.
them? Yeah. So I gotta get that done.
That's mommy's birthday.
Oh, cool.
August 5th.
Yeah.
Yep. That's her birthday. She's gonna be 59. Next year you're gonna have to come to Jersey because I'm probably gonna
To
plan
the
a
60th.
60th something
Yeah,
for her.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like an orange
Oh,
ball
yeah. Yeah.
extravaganza.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
you have to.
for the Gigi made it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Um
what did you read? What were you up to this week?
okay, you talking about Jason Mott made me think about I came across this book called How to Dodge a Cannonball by Denard Dale, who is a black man. Never heard of
Oh
him
my
before.
God.
But I think he also writes Percival Everett satire,
Mm.
sarcasm adjacent. So when you said Jason Mott, he is that author is also on my list to.
Oh, he's Jamaican.
Oh yeah, so he real sarcastic. Yeah, that's real deep rooted sarcasm.
That is the weird. Oh my God.
Um,
I almost.
because just the way that y'all speak, how y'all put words together, like it's just sarcastic. But you
Oh, it
talking
just
about
came
Jason
out.
Mott made me remember that particular author because I was like, oh, I need to tell Jess like this is something that we would read.
Mm-hmm.
And his other book, his first book was a collection of story, Everything Abridged,
Mm-hmm.
collection of stories. So I didn't want to forget that. This week has kind of been a blur, to be honest with you. I haven't really been doing anything.
Mm.
I wasn't necessarily feeling the best.
Oh yeah, you were
Um,
saying that.
because the weather has been weird.
Mm.
I was saying this to my friend Asia. There is something called the barometric pressure.
Yeah.
And when that is on a
Yeah.
whatever it's doing, I usually feel sick. And most like chronically ill people usually do too.
Isn't that what
So
happens when someone's pregnant as well? I believe
I
it's
believe
also
so.
called, yeah, okay.
So it's like when the weather is whatever. There's a girl somewhere across social media that has a like little thing that measures it. And I think she's
Mm-hmm.
here in New Jersey. And she always says, like, oh, the pressure is high today. Prepare to be like prepare for migraines,
Mm-hmm.
prepare to be sick, prepare to whatever. So I haven't really been feeling good. Reading wise, let's open story graph. I'm still reading Washington Black. I'm about at the halfway mark.
Oh yeah. I did finish that too.
I started Boomtown by Nick Stone, and the
Mm-hmm.
prologue has me interested. Um, let's see, said the blind man. I finished Harmattan season. I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
understood it, but I don't think that I was like reading it deeply enough. I need to go back and do another reread. I
Mm-hmm.
understand that it's like about colonization and the effects of that on not only people of color but mixed race people as well, and the decisions that they make and so on and so forth. um so I read that. I read Surrender to Me by the Tasha Marie. And babe, when I tell you, I
Mm-hmm.
in my Discord, I have a spicy Rex. Like I have like a romance land section, and I have like a
Mm-hmm.
spicy, non-spicy, and a whole lot of gang shit for like our urban, dark
Urban, yeah.
romance, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just dropped the link in the spicy Rex and said, "Woo shit," because oh my God. So, female main character is an entrepreneur. She is going to this retreat for the weekend where she is supposed to be able to pitch to people for like sponsorships or capital, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets frustrated because nobody is really taking the bait. She has a business, a beauty company, and they're kind of just like, we don't really want to like invest in beauty, whatever, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a fleeting industry, which side note, it is not. But anyway, um,
Yeah, it's not, it's a hard industry with a lot of different, but it's not fleeting at all.
it's
No.
not fleeting. It's definitely hard, but it's not, what people say it is. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so she leaves the retreat and she goes to like the bar that's in the hotel. And there's this older black man, like salt and pepper beard, fine as hell. And he's like, he pays for her drink, and then he's like, basically, I'll give you the capital that you need. You just gotta spend the weekend with me. No questions asked. Once you come to this
Did I read
address.
that?
I don't know.
No, I
He
didn't.
was
It
like,
sounds like something. Yeah.
you come to this address. Once you walk through that door, you gotta listen to everything that I say. And she like, I ain't a prostitute. Like, what do you think this is? And he was like, I never said you were. If you with it, here go my card. We'll gift it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. If you with it, come. If you're not, whatever it is, what it is. And she went, and I too would like a weekend with Legend. That was some filth.
I feel like I read this one.
That was a good time.
No.
And he was like, I could tell that you was a woman that needed to learn how to surrender. So I made you surrender. And I was like, and he made me sweat a little bit. My God, that was a good time. That was a very good
And
time.
to measuring that by Shelby standard, that's a really spicy book. Mm.
Exactly. Because I be reading stuff and I'll be like, yeah, whatever. I also read Biggie. Um, why I feel like I don't remember what Biggie is about. I don't, but I know I read it. Maybe I might have to reread it because I probably read this while I was
Biggie, like Biggie the rapper, or Big? No,
it just
definitely
is
not
called Busy
Big.
by Ashante
Oh, okay.
Keys. Maybe I talked about that last week. I don't
I think you
remember.
did. I feel like you did because you did mention a Shantae Keys. I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
Keys. Okay, so maybe I talked about it last week. Right now it's not coming to me, so I'll probably read it again. But I did
Hmm.
read, I didn't track it. I need to track them. I read a collection, a series. Um, Here, Jess, I'll show you the meme I put or the gif I put in the
Oh my God.
store after reading it. So it's called, the first one is called Simple Restraint,
Hmm.
and it is about a woman who gets into a relationship or gets proposed, like proposition by these three men.
Mm.
So it's a why choose romance, and they are her brother's frat brothers. So she is kind of like forbidden fruit. So like a forbidden romance thing. But she finally agrees. And what I, for me at least, things that I consider spicy are things that actually have kink in them, right? Like I don't
Hmm.
consider like regular, like weekday sex to be spicy in a book.
Hmm.
Um, So for me, when I say things are spicy, it's because there is some sort of representation of kink, whether that is BDSM, right? And then from there, like it could be like kind of spicy because BDSM was present, but how far into that world do we go
Mm.
is how I determine if it was like real spicy or not. These were spicy. Okay, the first one, Cruz, Cruz likes blood play. So there was like period sex representation. I've never read that on the page.
Interesting.
Never read that on the page
Mm.
because she was like, I got cramps, I don't feel good, whatever. And he was like, I know something I could do that could fix that. And in my head, I'm like, I know he ain't about to do what I think he's about to do. And he did. Um, there's obviously group sex. It's by choose, so the men don't interact with each other.
Hmm.
They are there for her. But each book is her relationship with each guy. So
Yeah.
the second
Okay.
one is with Storm.
Hmm.
Storm is he's submissive, like it's a findom relationship. So he like,
Mm.
here go my black card, make me sweat. Like he wants to worship her, he wants her to spend his money, like he wants that sort of thing. Um, so there's that, and then the last one, he likes fire.
Mm.
So I don't remember like
Fire.
out he had me about to Google because he chained her up and was like, I'm about to set you on fire. And she was like, what? And he was like, look at your face. He was like,
I'm concerned.
use your safe word if necessary. But and she didn't burn, but
Hmm.
whatever like he was using, whatever it was, doesn't like burn your skin, but he was able to,
Uh,
and they was like having sex while she was lit ablaze. I was like, this is what I mean when I say spice.
this is a thing?
Yes, and how I know it's a thing is not because I've tried it, but because I was watching that show on Apple TV with Journey Smollett and it's Smoke. And the dude
Oh.
in the show, he did it to the lady. Like I literally watched that like a couple of days ago and then read these books and was like, somebody in here
Hmm.
watching me.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
But they were like legit spicy.
Okay.
So but they were good. Like it was well written. But I was
Hmm.
just taken aback because, like I said, I feel like a lot of times, and I know that I was on threads, and I know that I offended some when I said that y'all be at the house letting Mister get on top of you and do his business. But y'all, that is really what y'all sex lives are like, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, because, yeah.
You don't have to let that man get on top of you and rut. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. You don't have to. And I'm not saying that I'm going to give you advice, right? I'm just saying that there are possibilities out there. And there's nothing wrong with like regular weekend
Hmm.
sex. Every time that y'all have sex, it doesn't have to be a scene, right? Some of the best sex you'll probably ever have will be real quick in the laundry room, right? Fast, so the kids don't catch you.
Hmm.
But and also, I'm just the type where Friday through Sunday, I mean, turn this bitch into a red room. Hear me? Okay, cool. Stop letting that nigga get on top of you and run, okay? Your life, things will open up for you if you just.
I wonder what people think when they listen to us for real. Because because at least at one point you will be talking about smut for sure, or we're discussing smut at some point.
Because okay, so Jaleesa, I don't know if she listens to our podcast or not. Hey girl, if you do. But she
Hmm.
had put on threads that I am one of the reasons why she started reading historical fiction. Like I have influenced her. And a lot of people say that to me, that I have influenced them to read way outside of their comfort zones. If I personally could influence you to do anything, first on the list, cuss them niggas the fuck out. Stop holding that in. Cuss them out. Say cuss words. You're grown. Okay? Cuss them people the fuck out. It tastes good coming out your mouth. You're gonna feel a whole lot better. Two, have better sex. Your skin will clear up.
Your skin will
90% of
clear.
your problems won't be anymore if you just have better sex. Make sure it's safe, but have better sex, okay? And then the third thing is read diversely. You would understand that the sex that you having at home is limited and not satisfying if you possibly read outside your comfort zone. Okay?
Put
That's
down that
all.
thriller, pick up a little smut every now and
Right.
then.
It's not gonna hurt you. But you know what? I think people, and I've said this before, I think people take reading very, very seriously. So they don't think that they can have fun when they're reading.
Oh no,
They think that
absolutely.
reading is supposed to be like all of this other stuff, or they think that they can't learn anything from reading some smut.
Or it's like there's so much taboo and the stigmatism around reading it, like you're just mindlessly reading, like you said. And I think people don't want, like, they're just very limited in how they see things.
Exactly.
Like, whenever you're asked, like, what type of books do you read? I'd be like, I don't know. I read everything. I read everything. I didn't tell you this. I was telling you this. I was at a birthday party literally reading Capone. And I feel like they thought I was reading something mad serious just about how I
Right.
look, right?
Right.
But I'm
Right.
like, I started telling homie about it, and he was like, "Girl, I didn't know this is what you was reading for real." I was like, yeah, go ahead, look it up, get it,
Listen, get it,
support.
read it. It's fun. But like, I when people ask me that question, my generic answer is I'll read the back of a cereal box if I have to. I just like to
Hmm.
read. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. And did I go through phases of like, yeah, I thought reading was only supposed to look a certain way? Have I gone through phases where
Yes.
I've only read certain genres? Yes, right? Did I have to unlearn all of those things?
Hmm.
Absolutely. That's a part of, I think, growing with reading, right?
Hmm.
Is you get to certain points where you understand like, oh, I don't have like I can just read what the fuck I feel like reading
Hmm.
and I'm still a reader,
And that's how
right?
you can understand people better. Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah, no.
Hmm.
I think in the beginning when I started talking about smut, like when I originally made that video, I
Yeah.
was just it was more like self-discovery for me as a reader, but I think I opened up this safe space for people to like for Black women specifically to feel like, oh, I can be sexual and it not take away from who I am as a professional, a mom, a wife, or whatever the case may be. And I'm
Hmm.
glad that I can give y'all that. But seriously, like just
Just read
it's
it
just
whatever you
smut,
want.
baby.
Hmm.
It's a good time. I in the men in your life, per the DMs that they have sent me, well, thank you for reading the things that I suggest. I mean, I'm partial to sending a nigga a screenshot and being like, read this
And report back.
and report back, sir. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to finish Washington Black, but that first episode of the show pissed me off.
Oh yeah. We was going in the Discord, and then when I was texting, we were texting on our side. Y'all, Hulu will pay for their crimes. Who Hulu, if you're listening to us right now, I will beat you
Listen,
with a
it's
bat.
a belt in here somewhere.
I will. The way first you played in our face with Kindred, I'll never forgive you for that.
Never.
That's why I don't even pay for a subscription. First of all, somebody else did. So I ain't give you my money. Second of all, why you got these accents all over this place?
I just I want to know what book they read. Like I want
What
to know
book?
what book did they read and what was their inspiration? Because it can't be that
It,
well-written book that's sitting in the living room
it
right now.
can't. It can't be.
It can't be Washington Black.
And I'm not mad at them solely for kind of like starting backwards and going forwards a little bit. But I think with a period piece, sometimes you need, especially as complex as this one in a sense, you need to start from the beginning and work your way up. There's nothing wrong, like I don't mind that the creativity and the direction of that part, but at the same time, I think people that don't people that have read the book and have not read the book, they will still be lost. Because
Yeah.
if I'm watching this without me reading the book, I'm gonna be like, this is all right. Like it's not nothing to rave about. Like the accents were terrible. It don't even. I ain't never been to Barbados, but it don't look like Barbados. It didn't to me personally. Like
I It didn't look like Barbados to me either. It looked like they were in the South.
yeah,
I think what comes to mind for me is Lovecraft Country, right?
yeah,
Lovecraft Country is the show is different from the book, but they
yeah.
kept the same
Narrative.
the core
Mm-hmm.
principles of the book. The root of the book was the
Mm-hmm.
same,
Yeah.
right? And all of the things that you love about the book, all of the high-paced scenes, all of the
Mm-hmm.
small details were still there, even though they decided to do things differently. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was an adaptation well done because I didn't turn it on and feel like alarmed at like I don't know where I am.
Yeah. I think and I think that's the thing with adaptations is like we're not saying it needs to be exactly, but I think you need to keep the core narrative or the core the direction of the book to for it to be actual. That's what was wrong with Kindred. That's what's wrong with Washington Black now. It's like you're stripping away what makes the book, the subject
When
matter
his
overall.
so from my understanding of what I watched in the first episode, his scar wasn't on his face, it was more on his chest or whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm like, but that's a
the scar was on his face. Yeah,
yes, and the scar being
yeah,
on his face is a high point of the book. It's a
mm-hmm,
lot of the
yeah,
because if the scar is on his chest, we can easily cover that up. It don't matter.
yeah.
I just and then
Cause
like them blatantly making Washington smart
yeah,
already,
yeah,
which I think there were signs of that in the book,
mm-hmm,
but for where the book is going, for the purpose of the book, I feel like him discovering
mm-hmm,
his intelligence the way that he does is important to the story.
mm-hmm.
So it's like we go in these writers rooms and are we forgetting like well what was the author trying to say?
And it's not, you know what another thing is? Because we were doing some Googles just to make sure. Because, like, I know Tia for her book, what book was that? The one on Netflix. My
Oh yeah,
God.
with Gabrielle Union. She wasn't
Yeah,
involved with
she
that
was
one. But that
involved
one that stuck
to
to
the.
the basis of the story.
I don't. I don't know what production teams Netflix has in terms of like who are the production teams that they're seeking out that make excellent films and documentaries compared to Hulu because like what are they like what is Hulu doing that is so different that Netflix is getting right?
But that's the thing.
I
See,
just don't.
I don't even know that it's a Hulu versus Netflix thing because Hulu did a phenomenal job with The Handmaid's Tale.
And they did. I heard they did Black Cake very well.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't. I
I
couldn't get
didn't.
through
I
right
didn't.
quick because she was the kids was getting on my they was getting
Yeah,
on my nerves.
I
But
couldn't
I
get
heard that
into
that
it.
was
Yeah, it was
a
good.
good adaptation as well. So I'm just like I don't understand.
And
It feels like again that conversation of like black trauma.
mm, yeah, and that's why I think there we go. I think that's where it is. But like, I don't know. It's partly and the author was involved in this. She's a co-producer. So I think that they were trying to make it. I don't know what they're trying to do. I can't even tell you because I didn't even finish watching like the whole. I didn't even bother to binge it like I said I was going to do today
I have no desire
to continue
to
because
continue.
I mean I might for the sake of like maybe talking to like the people that are watching it with me in the Discord just because of that. But I'm just so turned off by that. I don't know. This like part of it is like you said, black trauma. Another part of it for me from like thinking from a artistic standpoint is like who are they seeking out as production companies and who are behind in these rooms that they can't fathom that they can put out a story that is good just as is. I don't know. It's weird.
I just that was
Mm,
very disappointing. I was expecting more.
yeah.
And again, like as a fan of The Handmaid's Tale, I read both the books. Like
But that
they
is,
did a
yeah.
they did a good job with it. So it's like, don't tell me that the trauma is an issue because
Yeah.
I've watched The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. We saw a lot of, yeah.
Don't tell me that y'all don't have the budget because I've watched the other shows, right? They did what? Wu-Tang.
Mm-hmm.
That show is great. Like y'all have other great shows. The 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 possibilities are there. What's the difference now?
And period pieces turn people off so bad. I don't know why. Especially slave narratives. So that's
Because
specific of the things that we talk about all the time. Yes.
it's a lack of critical thinking.
Yeah.
Because the point I think of a story like Washington Black is to show that although he was on the run, there was this big life for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if all you can see is that he's a slave, that's a you issue and not the text.
Yeah.
That's a issue that was given to you through white supremacists, right? Because they don't want to have to look at what their ancestors caused, right? They don't want to have to face the
Mm-hmm.
damage that they have done. So they have put it in your mind that oh no, it's black trauma, it's this, it's that, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case may be. You're not the bad things that have happened to you is not the full sum of your life. So why would it
Mm-hmm.
be that way for our ancestors? If somebody
Yeah.
told your life story and they left out formative things all because it's possibly offensive and triggering, that doesn't tell the whole story of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. I don't understand. I don't have any desire to watch
Yeah.
the rest of it.
I'm just so annoyed. I was so hyped.
I was, and then the next thing that they're doing in September is A Man in the Basement by Walter Mosley. Now I know he worked on the set. Walter Mosley run a tight ship.
Yeah, he
I'm
did.
not too concerned about that.
And he's
So
a producer, he's a director, he does the thing. So I'm not. Maybe I should read that next. A Man in the Basement?
oh yeah, it's a very let me know when you start it. It's a very interesting story.
A Man in the Basement or
Yeah, The Man in the Basement.
The Man in the Basement? The Man. Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's a very interesting, kind
Oh,
of
here it is.
creepy story. Cause I don't know that if a white man came knocking on my door and said that he wanted to create his own prison for
Mhm.
himself in my basement.
Oh, I've seen this one. Oh, yes, I'm familiar with the cover. Oh, speaking of Village, I got invited to like this. man, a mystery man brunch thing with Walter Mosley. That's who
Oh,
cares.
okay.
Who I care about. But it's like November 9th
Oh, you're
or
gonna
8th.
love
Yeah.
him. You're gonna
Yeah,
love
yeah.
seeing him live. Like he's
Mhm. Yeah,
he's
I'm
my
gonna,
favorite for a lot of reasons, but listening to him speak,
yeah.
you'll love.
Okay, cool. So I'll look into that. I'll let you know when I start reading it. I might pitch that too. I'll let the Discord know about that one because I missed that one. But yeah, man, that man, I hate that that happened.
Me too. I think people that have not read Washington Black will probably really enjoy it the same way that people that didn't read Kindred thought that that was a good show.
Hmm.
Um, so it is what it is, right?
Hmm.
Um, I just,
The CGI also was really interesting.
I just,
That butterfly was crazy. Did you see that butterfly? That butterfly was nuts. That thing was huge for no
now my
reason.
friend said go back and do it again. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? Butterflies, I think the butterflies that we have today are a smaller iteration. Because have you ever been to like a butterfly museum?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get really big.
They do
So I
get
don't know
big.
if that was their version of like back then the butterflies probably were that big.
That thing was huge, bro. I
Trying
don't
to use
care.
my brain.
I
Because
I
butterflies get very
I don't know. That butterfly was crazy. But I get it. I see what
I
you're saying.
just
Yeah.
I just trying to use
Yeah,
my
yeah.
thought process. I think that's why I like when I saw it. Like, yeah, the CGI was crazy, but the size didn't really bother me because I've
Mhm.
seen butterflies that big. You know, when niggas be like, I don't know, I don't believe that dinosaurs were real. There are just some animals that come to mind that I'm
Mhm.
like, and butterflies are one of them. Butterflies, alligators, crocodiles.
Alligators, crocodiles, for sure. They're like half the size of what they should be. Hmm.
How do you not think that dinosaurs are not real? I don't understand.
That's literally a dinosaur.
It's right there.
Hmm.
It's right there.
Hmm.
Birds,
Birds,
like,
yeah. Have you
have
seen an
you?
eagle?
Right. I was just gonna say a crow or a raven. Have
A
you seen them?
crow. Hmm.
Like, what do you mean you don't think? I stopped being friends with a girl because the man that she was dating said that he don't believe in dinosaurs, and I was like, "You giving pussy to a nigga that don't believe in dinosaurs? That is a character flaw. That is a problem."
Very much.
Because why? And then I'm like, and you want to have babies with him? So what you just gonna tell your baby? Don't listen to your father. Dinosaurs were real. And she didn't see. She was like, I don't understand why it's a problem for you. Because you think I'm gonna let that nigga go around whatever possible kids I'm gonna have?
Mhm.
That's It's definitely a character flaw. Don't give pussy to
Yeah.
niggas that think dinosaurs are not
Dinosaurs aren't
real.
real.
And niggas is gender encompassing,
There's whole
all
museums.
consuming.
Yeah,
Right,
there's like
because okay,
proof.
that's how I know you my friend. Because the first
Hmm.
thing that I said to him was, well, where do you think that they got the bones from? You think they just made that up?
You probably said yes, didn't he?
Yes.
You probably think AI before AI was a thing.
I'm like, so you think they just was going places, burying bones that they made
Mhm.
up, digging them up to show to us and putting them together like puzzle pieces?
There's whole archaeologists out here just like, hmm critical thinking is not great.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't be friends with you because if you think that that's okay, what else do you think is okay?
Hmm.
We have to have boundaries and standards, people.
Immediately. Especially when it comes to
Boundaries and standards.
dinosaurs. Hmm.
I like there are just some things. Y'all be so worried about he said he won't go 50-50. You don't know if that nigga can read or not. We have
Can
bigger
you
fish to fry,
can
okay?
you understand the bills that are coming in? Hmm.
That's why he want to go 50-50, friend, because he can't count. But what do I know?
Yeah.
I'm just a single girl that y'all probably gonna have to bury in a coliseum with my books because, or like that video of the guy. he, he said he was talking to a girl that liked to read a lot, and she said, you know, she was really enjoying this book. The prose were beautiful, and he said, "Well, what were the cons?"
God bless. God bless.
Or the man that when I told him I was excited because I got a book in the mail that I really wanted, and his response was, "You should be a lawyer."
How did
I said, "What?" And he was like, "You know, because you like to self-educate," is what he said.
self-educate?
And that's what lawyers do. They do a lot of reading.
To do a lot of reading and self-educating.
Yes. I said, first of all, I don't think you know what a lawyer I don't think you know what a
What
lawyer is.
what do you think they do? Like the
What do
basic
you think they do? And how does me being excited about a book correlate with a how
yeah.
did you stretch first before you reached that far? No.
Speaking of which, did you see they have this app called the T app?
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, Jesus Christ. I am too old. What did that girl say on the someone posted it on Threads, the girl from the clock app. She said that the millennials from 30 to 35 are weird. I will take a keep that shit away from my weird
Hmm.
ass. Weird and childish.
Yeah, that I was like,
Okay,
what is
girl.
happening? What is
Okay,
happening
girl.
now? What's happening, guys?
And then I said, you know what? That's probably how I sounded when I went on a rant to my friend about how I feel about the 40-plus-year-old
Hmm.
women. But even still, my conversation was more like there is this condescension that comes from that age group towards
Hmm.
people my age that I don't like. Like there is this hierarchy. But I
Hmm.
wasn't like I was actually using my
My
do
brain.
the noodle dance. The children didn't have to do the noodle dance. That's what it is. So they
They
don't
didn't
know
have to
how to
do a
think.
lot of things that we had to do. They didn't have to do a lot, man.
Weird, she said. Well, you know what, bitch? And then the part that got me was she was talking about 30, 35-year-olds. I thought she was at least 40. She
How
younger
old is
than
she?
us.
Did she look older?
Yes.
I forgot that video.
I said,
I
you
saw
got
it in
some
passing.
you might want to sit at the table with the weirdos because we all still look like teenagers.
Well, a lot of them be filling up their face.
True.
Unfortunate, like
That's all
they're
right.
yeah.
The children have to learn. You live and you learn or you don't. She gonna be 30 something one day, and the children
Hmm.
behind her gonna be calling her old and weird, and she gonna be like, damn, I was on the internet loud and wrong.
Little do you know,
Mm.
30 and 35 is great. It's like the golden years. That's when it really gets turned.
I'm saying, but it's all right. She could be better than us.
Oh yeah.
It's okay, girl.
You'll be all right with all your
Nobody is
filler.
right.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this frontal lace wig that we can see. Imagine,
Imagine.
like Dominique Morgan say, imagine. Did you see Dominique said that Waka Flocka's mama got the spirit of a bull dagger in her? Did you see that?
No. And
For context. So, the illustrious Michelle and Barack Obama were on Michelle and her brother's podcast,
podcast.
IMO.
Hmm.
And Barack Obama said something along the lines of having queer friends will kind of open up your life and open up your perspective and make you a better person. Waka
Hmm.
Flocka, the nigga that got on a beat and gets on every beat and goes bow, 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 bow. That one. He took those words and said that they meant that Barack Obama was telling the children to be gay. So Dominique Morgan said, well, you are proving the point. Like you obviously don't have no queer people in your life, and you are still a piece of shit. But and also, Miss Deb has the spirit of a bulldog in her, and you've only said nice things about your mother. So what's the issue? What was it?
Deb Anthony, whatever her name is, caught a stray.
She did. Miss
Real.
Deb did catch a stray. She seems like such a nice lady, but also
She
not know
does.
it does feel like there is the spirit of a bulldog in her.
It does. She looks like she bites sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't challenge Miss Deb to a fight and no cut. Whatever she said I did, I did. I'm
Hmm.
wrong. Whatever it is, sure, Miss Deb.
Yeah,
But yeah, I meant to send that to you the other day because that tickled me.
that's
Because
hilarious.
Dominique is not wrong. Like you are misconstruing words, and the only people that get offended and make things up like that are people that if they were in a room full of the gays, would
Hmm.
want the gays that they are in that room with. Right?
Yeah,
You want them low
yeah.
key because the people that are not concerned with homophobia are the people that like it don't bother me to be around gay people because what they do is they did like
It's
they just people.
it's not that serious, bro.
It's never that
It's
serious.
never
But
been that
because
deep.
Waka Flocka probably wants somebody to bow, 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 bow his bookie
Down.
hole, it bothers him.
Hmm.
So,
Well, speaking of which, of the reality TV peeps,
mhm,
I come to you this week with a topic that I was thinking about, and it's centered around like the perception of like Black women. Just to give a backstory, I was watching, well, I've been in knee deep in Love Island, and it has released me from the chokehold a little bit. But Kiki Palmer just did recently an interview with two of the main Black women on the show from this past season, Olandria and Shelly, and they had a really great interview, in my opinion. Well, to the folks that had it in a tizzy, it was a whole thing. But after having some conversations with people, the premise of like a lot of the interview was talking about how they were treated, how were they perceived once they left the villa. In the villa, they were the ones, as you know, Black women are always leaned on as like the therapist and always nice and making space. And there was one or couple of individuals in that villa, especially one, Huda, who is a Palestinian woman who basically had like one of the hugest like breakdowns of all season and was very problematic in a sense. And she pretty much would lash out in certain ways. Like the first instance on I think it was like the second episode when when they were pairing up with the guys in the villa, and Olandria's guy at the time, Taylor, he got up to stand next to the new bombshell that came in, and Huda had already got her man, quote unquote, Jeremiah, sitting next to her.
mhm.
And Huda goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, girl. Like, that sucks. We're going to teach them something. We're going to teach them something." And Olandria was like, "Girl, it ain't that deep," type of thing. The internet jumped on Orlandria because they felt like how she said it was rude and mean. Then, like, that's where they cut the clip, right? So, like, we got 24 hours of people beefing. The next day it shows Olandria goes and apologizes to the girl because the girl is crying because she felt like she was being rude to her. That's one of many instances where a lot of
Now,
Shelly. Go ahead.
couple questions. Was alcohol involved?
No, not yet. Not at all. Not at
No,
all.
okay. Because I was gonna say if they had been drinking
Mm-mm.
and something was misconstrued, but like,
Yeah.
okay, continue.
But it was interesting because they had their interview with Kiki, and then Huda had her interview with Call Her Daddy podcast. And Call Her Daddy podcast laid it out where they talked about her trauma and all this other stuff that leads into what she did in the villa and not really necessarily fully holding herself accountable for all the turmoil that she caused a lot of these people, especially the black women in the villa, and the bullying that these women are receiving from not being nice to Huda. Technically, even though they have comforted this girl, they have coddled this girl, they have looked out for her, they have spoke into her, especially when Jeremiah and her fell out and that whole situation, they spoke life into her. They really went out their way. So while they're talking with Kiki, people felt like, oh, Kiki didn't ask the right questions. The girls were being too timid about their questions, or they're not, they're not clapping back enough. They're not doing this enough. And to me, it's like, it's damned if you do, damned if you
Damned
don't,
if you don't. Right.
especially like the perception of how Black women are seen. So it got me thinking of like, different media forms outside of like social media, television, in book form. How is the perception of women, especially Black women, seen these type of dynamics? We also saw this week Jackie Christie and her daughter.
But
That shit was crazy. But
so
yeah.
I think what I'm hearing
Mm-hmm.
is perception. What is that? Perception is 9/10 of the law, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is up to what people already have in their minds. And they take that
Mm-hmm.
information and they use that to apply it to whatever. So there are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people in this country, a lot of people in this world that don't like black people,
Yeah.
right? Not maybe not full blown out racist, right? But there
Mm-hmm.
is a level of anti-blackness that is ingrained in society nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the times from all different levels, right? When we are watching things like this, for someone like you can see that and be able to side with the black woman because you are a black woman and you understand there's context in your mind, there's
Mm-hmm.
lived experience that you're applying to this, right? I think for people that are not black, they deal with black women from what they've heard about black women, from what they've
Mm-hmm.
been told about black women, and not necessarily from their lived experience.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas everybody else that they deal with from their level of their lived experience,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or maybe there is still a societal standard that's wrapped into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's just a certain thing. So I think what I'm hearing is Huda knew to cry wolf. She knew to get on, call your daddy, tell your daddy, who's your daddy, whatever the podcast is called. An elder. Do you hear me deep down in my spirit?
Call her daddy. Call her
Deep down in my
daddy.
spirit, an elder, okay?
Yeah.
She knew to go on there and to cry wolf. And I'm
Mhm.
assuming that call her daddy, that's so white.
It's definitely a white woman. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she
Hmm.
went with like-minded people that even if on the surface level, again, the ladies down to call me your daddy is
Your
whatever it's
daddy.
called um down to the people daddy house. She may not be full-blown racist, right? I don't like to
Hmm.
put that on everybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
um but there is just anti-blackness ingrained in society. So Huda knew to
Hmm.
go somewhere where there was going to be, and even if this wasn't a full fleshed out thought, she went where
She knew where
someone
she
was
was.
like-minded, where she
Yeah.
was going to be safe, right? Where
Hmm.
people were going to be able to see the vision. So when you have two people that culturally are anti-black, right? And I
Yes.
mean, even as a Palestinian woman, there are certain things within the Palestinian culture that
Hmm.
for darker skinned Palestinians, they are treated a certain way, right?
Yes.
Again,
They're not
anti-blackness.
seen. Yes,
That
they're not seen as
anti-blackness
black.
across the
Yeah.
board, right?
Hmm.
So it's like even on a cultural level, Huda was lashing out because how dare this black girl
Hmm.
dismiss me or treat me in a way that she feels like shouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I think the part that sucks is that people are. navigating Black women from their from their perception, from their level of understanding, right?
Yeah.
And not from their lived experience or from what they know to
Hmm.
be true.
Yeah.
Hell, I've had situations like that. To me, I remember when I was still working at the bank, my teller manager was gaslighting me
Mm.
and was immediately doing the when I came with facts, like, no, you did this to me. You've done X, Y, and Z to me since I got here. I remember one day I was 2 minutes late for work and my manager didn't say anything. The person that I report to did not say anything. But she was like, you know, you're 2 minutes late, right? Like
Hmm.
just things like that, right? And when I calmly was like, no, you're sitting in this meeting and you're crying because you feel like I'm lesser than you, not only in my position, but in race as well. And you're
Hmm.
gaslighting me because you don't feel like I should have a voice, or you should feel like I should just take what it is that you give. And wrong is
Hmm.
wrong no matter who it comes from.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the bigger issue.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I guess to me, that's why I want people to read diversely, right? Because if you read diversely, you can see this through
Hmm.
line of anti-blackness across the board.
Yeah. Immediately, because like we read stories where we see anti-blackness. We read stories where these experiences and these perceptions of black women are debunked. They're right there in your face. They're
Right.
like right there. It's like, or they're stories of these experiences that show what is being seen and perceived in different forms of media. And I think it's just so, like, even today I saw Landria's mom, because like even in the interview she wasn't saying much, because I think the internet really did their big one on her, like to the point they put her face on George Floyd's body, and then Huda on an officer's face. Yeah, they did.
I they
They did their biggest one
You
on
need a
her.
license to be on the internet.
Yeah, and it's mostly
But
kids. The problem is it's kids. It's mostly kids that are doing this.
that goes to that anti-blackness, right? To be able to see
Yeah.
a picture of George Floyd and to not understand the
No.
gravity of that, right? To not
Hmm.
understand the impact. Even if you don't know that it's George Floyd, but to put her face on a dead man's body that was killed
Hmm.
by a police officer, like,
Hmm.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Children are not, I knock heads to get, you gonna make me call my child that ain't my child, cuss him out just for thinking.
Just don't even go
Just
on the
for bit,
internet.
don't you ever,
The internet should be for 25 and up. You hear me?
if that.
27, 20, 30, 30.
Listen, because what are you doing?
What are, and it's like you could see when Kiki was like, Shelly was doing most of the talking, and Olandria would just agree, or she would say stuff unless it's like when it was directed to her, but she was very stoic, very like you can tell like homegirl was like clocked out, and her mom's been on the internet ripping everybody a new one as she should, but Olandria's, yeah, she's the darkest woman on the show. There's anti-blackness, there's colorism that goes into this. The poor, I feel so bad for her, and like I don't think, like, people are like, well, I would tell that girl off, I would do this, I would do that. You guys got a lot to say about what you would do, but you are not in front of millions,
Right.
millions of people. You are not seeing how this is taking a toll on her, because if you did, you would understand and comprehend that this is not normal.
It's not
Million,
normal. And like you said, it's Black women have to think about more because if she
yes.
is to lash out, right? If she
Hmm.
is to say like y'all are doing X, Y, and Z to me,
Hmm.
um, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I'm tired. This is hurting me. Now she's an angry Black woman.
And they tried, you know what's funny? They tried that because the person that she was partnered up with, he did her foul. Whatever. It is what it is. But she has been keeping in all this anger and keeping face for like 25 episodes. We're damn near done. And she just said, I've been with you, I've been standing by you. She went off on him. And then all through the internet, everybody's like, even black women, the most critical. Oh, girl, you should never give him the time of day. You should never do this. You should da 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 da. Why are you giving him the time of day? Oh, you're being mean. You're being cruel.
Right, but that goes back to the that
Yeah.
anti-blackness, right? Because
Yeah.
we are taught as black women that we are supposed to assimilate, right? Like we are supposed to be
Immediately. Mm-hmm.
what they want us to be,
Yep.
with no regard for how we feel or how things are impacting us or anything like that. We are supposed to just take it on the chin because apparently
Yeah.
black women don't feel pain.
Yep.
I think that sucks. But that's
It
why
is.
I tell y'all to read diversely because it's like it makes me think of Only for the Weak, right? Where
Yes.
the main character's mama was very trifling, right? Her
Mm-hmm.
sister was terrible to her.
Mm-hmm.
And from one perspective, if this was real life and all you got was the way that the main character was reacting to them in certain scenarios, then you would be like, oh, she's just an angry black girl, right? But when you learn deeper, right, when you're able to see all sides, when you're able to get her sister saying, basically, I'm jealous of you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I treat you this way. Now the main character is not crazy.
Yeah.
Now she's not just some angry black woman. But I also think the other thing that we don't consider, which is why I hate that y'all are like want to run from black trauma, is a lot of this is like
Yeah.
generational trauma. Like if you don't
Yeah.
heal it, then you're gonna have to live it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's like if we were to learn our history, right? If we were to learn the reason why
Mm-hmm.
we were forced to assimilate, the reasons why like certain things have been passed down generationally, then
Mm-hmm.
we can understand these situations a little bit better. But y'all don't want to read them books. Y'all only want to read about Black Joy.
There's like so many books about generational trauma that breaks this down very well that you can see it just trickling down so you understand, comprehend, A, and then start to visualize how this goes down. When you guys see those big maps in the books, yeah,
Parish
Parrish
is
is
a
a
perfect
perfect
example
example. Mm-hmm.
because if you just go from the children or the grandchildren's perspective of their grandmother, Granny was mean, Granny was strict,
Mm-hmm.
Granny didn't let them play in the house, they always had to be
Mm-hmm.
outside, wouldn't get them no water, she was abusive, she was all of this stuff, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
valid, not wrong. But when we get grandma's perspective, and we get, I put that baby in the shed because I knew that he was going to try to hurt these kids and I had to prevent what happened to him happening to the rest of them. And I was
Mm-hmm.
hard on them because of the things that happened to me, and the only way that I knew how to bring them up in a certain way is by doing X, Y, and Z. When you get her perspective, now
Mm-hmm.
everything is clear.
Everything clicks immediately.
Everything clicks, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times people think that if I see the whole story, then I don't have to hold the abuser accountable, which is not
Mm-hmm.
true. That's not
Mm-hmm.
true. You can empathize with someone and still call them to the front.
Yes.
It sucks that all of this stuff happened to you and that it's causing you to do X, Y, and Z, but how do we get better?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not even a we thing, right? How do you get better? What steps are you going to take? Right?
Yeah.
Because it's
What
not
are
my
you
responsibility. I
doing?
can't carry. That's
Mm-hmm.
been something I've been telling people a lot lately. I can't carry the things with you. I'm glad I make you feel safe, but I have no desire to bond with you over what you think is mutual pain, right? Because you want somebody to see you and to carry your weight with you. Get a therapist,
That's what therapists are for. Yeah.
a journal, even. Not me though.
Shit, write
But
in your
it's
drafts.
hello. Text yourself. Do
That's,
everything but chat GBT because I don't know why the fuck y'all doing that.
yeah, no, that's crazy.
Stop doing that. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not going to therapy. Chat GPT is my therapist. And when there is, never mind. Just stop doing this shit. But I think people think that things are one sided, right? I think we're taught that it's black or white, so that if I do empathize with you, that means that I'm betraying myself, and that's not what that means. There's space for all
Mm-hmm.
things. I can empathize with you and
Mm-hmm.
the things that have happened to you and the pain that you cause, and still stand up for myself and say, hey, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yeah, and that's what I like around, surrounding these conversations within this show. That's what I've always been saying. I feel bad for Huda. Her trauma is valid. Her trauma is there. But what you've done to other women in the villa, especially black women, and how you and black men, black men, how you utilize your tears for trauma is it should be a study. And like we said, Parish is a perfect example. It's a beautiful, I think also The Devil Three Times, although I did not finish it. That is
Oh yeah, I was
where,
thinking of that too.
yeah, that's where it's going down the line. If you, I'm gonna finish it eventually, but that's how it's flowing out.
Someone told me that they were not going to read that book because devil is in the title.
I, I mean, if I'm reading it as the resident saint,
That's what I said.
it's not that bad. I see where the devil three times is lying in this. I just need to. It fell in my slump, right? And I'm waiting for the book, the audiobook to come back so I can immersive read it. Anyways, it's not that deep, y'all. Read it. I read a couple devil books, a couple of them back to back. Devil three times, devil is fine. Devil is fine. Also is rooted in the theme of it.
I think Rihanna got her baby girl. That looks
It
like a
is
pink
a
hat.
girl.
It looks like a pink
Oh my
hat. I
god.
think she got her baby
I
girl.
didn't know she was due around this time. Damn. Well, actually, that makes sense. She came out. Yeah, she was
Oh
about like
no.
five.
Someone said, I just looked at the comments. It says that it's an old picture. Damn.
Uh,
I just got excited. No, she big.
she
So
big, yeah. So she's getting right. I would say August,
yeah, and I think
September.
she's back in Barbados and she usually
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
home
yeah,
to
yeah,
drop her
yeah,
babies.
yeah,
So
yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I
I
don't
feel
either. I
for
think
black women for real.
I do. I feel like the weight of the world is constantly on our backs. Even with when you mentioned like even from other black women, like there was
Mm-hmm.
someone that was in my DMs recently, and I was like, "Yo, like you are dumping all of your things on me without even considering
Mm-hmm.
where my mental space is.
Mm-hmm.
Stop." And she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, well, if you need something, like you could talk to me." No, that's not the point. You can't just come in here and with the mindset of, oh, like black women handle it all, black women do all the things, black women can, or whatever the case may be, just think that I am a safe space for you to
Mm-hmm.
just give me all of your stuff because now it's here with me. What am I supposed to do with it?
Yeah. I wish, you know what I was thinking about, like what is the solution to these things outside of obviously reading and comprehending and just, all the things. But I also was like, I wish as black women, especially that when women are on television and the weight of the world is on them, how can we create a space for when they get out of these spaces and come back to reality? Because especially for them, they're in a villa. They don't see any of these things for
Right.
2 months. So imagine coming back to your phone and you're seeing like, oh, you effing monkey, you're this, you're that, you're a disgrace to our community, you're this, those type
I
of.
wonder if they do have, like, has anybody asked any of the contestants, participants, if they do have anything to like prep them?
They have therapists. Like they have a
Ah,
therapist
okay.
all before they leave Fiji. They speak to a therapist and they prep
Okay,
them
cool.
to let them know, like both the girls said this season was the even last season when the season blew up or the show blew up even more. um they said the producers and the therapist sat them down and said, hey, it's one of the biggest seasons. This is what's coming. This is what you should be prepared
Okay.
for. Da da da. So they have therapists, and they also go to the therapist when they can't manage their feelings because they're also sleep deprived as hell. So there's that. They only get like 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Yeah.
Okay, so like in like 10 years when they do like a Love Island.
Surviving Love Island. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait for that. That
Yeah.
I'll watch. That
Hmm.
I'll watch.
Yeah.
When the documentary comes,
This
that
drop.
I let me
Pause.
know.
You saw The Biggest Loser got a documentary coming out?
Yes. I was like, oh, that's
I'm
gonna be tea.
sad. Yes.
Yes. That was another thing. I really don't watch a lot of reality TV at all. So like
Hmm.
when I was younger, I did Flavor of Love, I did
Hmm.
Charm School. Some of
Hmm.
the first few seasons of Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah.
like here and there, casually.
Hmm.
But the documentaries, I'm always gonna live for.
I'm always gonna be in them. Yes. But yeah, I was trying to think about like how do we create space for when the women on these shows come out or they're facing a lot of this in front of them? How do we build a community or a love or something to like make them feel like it's not all on them? And I was starting to see that a
So
little bit, but
I don't think that community in that way,
mm-hmm.
especially when the way to form community these days is on social media, is possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just from my experience building a community, um, something is always going to slip through the cracks. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be about the self worth, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's more going to be everything, like understanding that you're walking out into a world where not even I don't even want to go from the perspective of like, oh, everybody hates you, right? I don't even want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's more of a like, oh, I'm putting myself on a platform where everybody can see me. And when
Yeah.
everybody can see me, that means everybody has their own opinions, and how they feel about me is more a reflection on them than it is on me. I
Mm-hmm.
should not be concerned about the people that I don't know personally, right? Now, it's different when you come to me and say, hey, you said this thing and it wasn't right. My bad, friend. I'm sorry. It's different when
Mm-hmm.
maybe Tabby comes to you or AJ or whatever. That's different. The
Mm-hmm.
people in your immediate vicinity care
Mm-hmm.
about what they have to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to everybody else, people that only know small bits about you,
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time. Y'all don't know me. Y'all know who I show y'all, right? Not that I'm putting on a facade, right? But if I post a weekly vlog and it's an hour, you're seeing maybe 2 to 3 minutes
Yeah. Yeah.
out of every day or out of every hour of a day. It's
We're
not it's
all
not my whole life.
we're all putting out some sort of facade in a sense of
In a
like
sense,
you're
right? So it's like
yeah.
it's not that it's not me, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
me, but it's a condensed version of me. You only know what I show you. So it's like, how do you think you actually know who that person is just based on the things that they've showed you, especially when we're not using critical thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I get on the internet a lot and I'll see certain things and I'll say, hey, based on this information, this is what it feels like to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I hear. This is what I see, right? That's my interpretation of it. But it's like
Yeah.
you could come back and give me different information
Mm-hmm.
and okay, I'm supposed to change my mind, but we have to go into the world. We have a lot more access to people than our ancestors did, than our
They
parents
do.
did, than our
Yeah.
grandparents did, and so on and so forth, right? We have a lot more access to people on the opposite side of the world and they are tangible, right? Via video,
Mm-hmm.
via text, talking to them. I could talk to someone in London right now. Whereas before, I had to write a letter and that was going to take months, right? Or I had to send an email and they weren't going to answer the email until they woke up. Or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be, I can call them on FaceTime right now. So it's like we have that's I think it's the self thing.
Yeah. And last thing before you wrap up, to the point of like seeing people and like using those critical thinking skills to know that this is just a snippet and also this is highly produced to fit a narrative. In Olandria's case, they produced her in a way where she was pining over this guy
Mhm.
like she was begging, like she was a pick me for this guy. That where they produced him to look like he wasn't doing anything. And when they get out the villa, they're asking her like, "Oh, how was you and Taylor's relationship? Like, what does that look like?" It looked like you were super into him. That she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." I didn't even know he didn't feel attracted to me. That was never said to me. I didn't know a lot of things. I'm just going based off of what was given to me, how he showed
Right.
his feelings to me. And that's why you see me really into him. because he has the manners that I'm looking for in a countryman or like in a man that I'm looking for. He has the values. That's what I'm looking for. So when you see me all into him, it's because he's showing me something that you guys aren't
Right.
seeing.
That you guys aren't seeing.
And I've been saying that to people for weeks. And I don't think, like, people are not, why is this girl so fucking dumb? Da, 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 da. I'm like, guys, we gotta use our critical thinking skills. Do you think this girl that's gorgeous, beautiful, drop dead, body, teeth, face card, crazy? Do you think, well, I do know some people that, you know, but she did not strike me as the person to do this. And this is a produced, highly produced show. I
Right.
wish we
I
just
like
use
that's the
critical
part. I
thinking.
think the like reality part fucks people up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fucks them up. And I
There's
think I will be honest, like until mom and I started creating content for real and like
mm-hmm.
people started recognizing us, I don't think I truly understood.
Yeah.
I don't think that I really got it until I was on the opposite end in some way, even though in a very small, tiny way, right? I ain't no
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce in here. My mama might be, not me. It's still like you don't realize
mm-hmm.
until you are in certain positions,
Oh
right?
yeah. It doesn't hit you how like I don't know, maybe you put up a video and something happens in the background, like I don't know, you're in the background, the house is a mess. They don't know that you're moving unless you mention it. And they'd be like, oh, you're a dirty person, you're this and that. But wait, slow down. I am moving. You don't know what's happening in life. I'm just showing you 10 seconds,
Just 10
but
seconds. Like just a small little,
it's,
whatever. But
yeah.
I I really think it's gonna be self-work.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
think what I've seen from like how we talk about like Beyonce don't react to stuff, right? I think Beyonce doesn't react to stuff because it's years of therapy, it's years of understanding who her real people are, like who her friends actually are, who her core circle
Mhm.
is, and the work that she's done on herself, understanding the force that she is, right? I think when I look at the women in my life that are in high places, it's like marketed as like not giving a fuck, right? Oh, I don't got no fucks to give. But it's really like, oh no, I just value me enough to know that
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't have to do that shit with y'all. That's your
Yeah.
feelings. And but it's also valid to say like, oh, I don't have to do that with y'all, but it's still hurtful. Like it can be dual. The duality is there.
The duality's
Um,
always there. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think it's gonna be the self work.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. And support, like your support system. The people that actually know you. Yeah.
The people that actually know you.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, they just little dots in the they just little
They're,
avatars on the it's
yeah.
some nigga sitting in the basement of his mom house in a chair that smell like booty
Doritos.
wind.
Why do we both pick something different?
Because you can see we've been thinking real hard too, like what it's gonna
Uh,
smell like.
Doritos. Booty win.
Listen, Doritos funky. They taste good, but they funky.
They're
They do
really
not smell good, but they're delicious. I ain't never. You want to know what my mother loves to eat, but she don't buy them often because they stink. Funyuns. Gay Gillespie loves a Funyun,
I
friend.
can't blame her. I do love Funyuns.
Oh, they
I
smell so
haven't had one
good.
in so
Now
long.
you about to go find you a bag of Funyuns, ain't
Show
it?
is. And then when they got they got the hot Cheeto or whatever, those are good too. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture when I get them.
Now I ain't never had the. I didn't know that they had like a hot Cheeto version of the Funyuns. I might have to find those.
No, they're really
I
good.
might have to find those for
But make
real.
sure you got a mint. Don't eat them out in public.
No, breath just be smelling like hot ass. Last thing, speaking of smells, apparently
hmm
people in Arkansas are building an all white town. I said, baby, it's gonna smell like hot dog water for a 50-mile radius and corn.
Oh, all white town? Do they not know that all towns are generally white at this point? And y'all like wiped out all the black towns?
But
Red and white?
anyway, I said
Yeah.
it's gonna stank.
No, for
Don't
real.
nobody want to live there. Ain't gonna be no fun. All the food gonna be bland. They gonna want to move.
They don't got
They
no
gonna want to move.
seasonings. They only know salt, maybe pepper.
That's like that one time I saw those white people do that seafood boil. It wasn't a seasoning. It's like I said, y'all,
Oh
y'all just
yeah.
boiled the seafood,
Oh
and they
man.
were like offended when everybody was like, "Ew, gross." But all right, y'all. Thank you for listening, watching, whichever you decided to do. Make sure
Hmm.
you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, just watch
Uh,
us.
we 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 got the visuals because y'all asked. Make sure
Hmm.
y'all is subscribing to the YouTube channel, sharing with your friends and your family. Because even if they don't learn nothing, they gonna laugh.
Yeah.
And they gonna get a
Oh,
book recommendation. Yes.
remember to read The Wait by John Boyd. I think
Oh
that's it.
yes.
Yes, that's what we're
Yes, yes,
talking about
yes.
next week. That should have been our church
Yes.
announcement. I forgot
That
about
should have been
that.
our church announcement. I also as well forgot. But the audiobook shouldn't be that long. I plan to like read and listen. So we'll see
Yes.
what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you read The Wait by Jeff Boyd. We will be discussing that on Tuesday. Well, when y'all hear this, the Booker Prize long list should be announced. So
Hmm.
keep an eye out for that because we will
Hmm.
be talking about that, a little bit of that eventually. If you want to ask us any questions that are book related or want us to talk about any particular social media things, please email us at the League of Readers pod at gmail.com. You can find us on socials at the League of Readers pod, on Threads, on Instagram. Follow us.
Hmm.
And our personal socials will be in the description box as well. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Bye,
Bye.
friends.
Stop record. Did I not?